Detective Hughes is running a little late, Your Honor, but she should be here momentarily.
You have 5 minutes, Miss Griffin, and then you're just going to have to proceed without her.
I wish Paul and Rose were here.
Well, at least they got their statements on record. And the good news just keeps coming.
Be cool. She wants you to react.
Your Honor, Detective Hughes' testimony is critical.
You can call her at a later date.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I was detained.
Miss Griffin?
The state calls Detective Margot Hughes.
You go get him.
As the World Turns is brought to you by Best Western, the world's largest hotel chain. Call 1-800-WESTERN.
So what I missed? Opening statements.
So, in your eyes, Ms. Ryan was capable of taking extreme measures to derail her son's new relationship.
Yes.
How did the police respond to Mr. Ryan's allegations?
Jack Snyder went to pick up Miss Ryan for questioning. She fled the scene. He pursued her to her own residence, where then she agreed to come into the station for questioning.
Were you present at Ms. Ryan's questioning after she had been arrested?
Yes, I was.
Did she respond to the questions?
No, she did not. She invoked the Fifth Amendment.
Refusing to answer in order to avoid self-incrimination.
That is correct.
So, you have Ms. Ryan's history, the suspicions of her own son, the fact that she fled a police officer and then refused to answer questions. As a seasoned detective, what did that tell you?
That we were indeed on the right track.
That Barbara Ryan was your prime suspect?
Yes.
And were your suspicions corroborated?
Yes, they were. James Stenbeck gave a sworn statement that Barbara Ryan was the instigator behind the plot to abduct the 3 women.
Jason's lying, and you know it. Why don't you say something?
I'll take care of that when I cross-examine. Detective Hughes, you mentioned that Barbara Ryan gave you a statement identifying an accomplice. I believe his name was James Stenbeck?
That's correct.
Is he in custody?
No.
Out on bail, awaiting trial?
No.
Where is he?
I don't know.
You don't know. These are very serious charges, Detective. 3 women were kidnapped and abused. And you're trying to tell me the police department has no idea where to find the man you've identified as my client's accomplice?
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Forgive me, Your Honor. Sometimes it takes a moment or two for things to sink in. Detective Hughes, you mentioned that James Stenbeck did give a statement to the police. So, you did in fact have him in custody at one time?
Yes.
So you fully intended to prosecute him for the kidnapping and torture of these 3 women?
We were in the process of building the case, yes.
What happened? Did Mr. Stenbeck escape?
We had to let him go.
But you had him in custody again, didn't you?
Yes, he was in the hospital under a guard. He had been injured.
In a coma, if I'm not mistaken.
He was unconscious.
Right. And this unconscious man who you fully intended to prosecute, what happened to him?
He was abducted.
Abducted? By whom, Detective?
Lieutenant Harold Munson.
Order! Order!
Lieutenant Harold Munson, your commanding officer, the chief of detectives. What, abducted a suspect from the hospital? Why?
I don't know.
I'm assuming you asked him. You followed up, you said, Lieutenant Munson, why did you screw up my case against James Stenbeck?
Your Honor, counsel is leading the witness.
Overruled.
Was Mr. Stenbeck returned to custody?
Yes.
What happened? Don't tell me you lost him again.
Your Honor,
I'll rephrase. What happened to James Stenbeck?
He escaped.
Wait, how does an unconscious man escape from the hospital?
Craig Montgomery helped him to escape.
Craig Montgomery. I know that name. Isn't that your brother, Detective?
Yes.
How many cases have you prepared for prosecution? 30? 50? 150?
About.
150 cases. 150 times you've asked the DA to proceed to trial, putting career and reputation on the line.
is there a question coming?
Right now, Miss Griffin. Right now. How do you think the DA would react if you brought her such a case?
Your Honor, objection. The counsel is
Would she
asking the
object?
witness to speculate
Like she's
on matters
objecting
that
right
are not
now
in her purview.
because she knew she couldn't win? Because she knew she'd have to prosecute someone else. She knew she'd have to go after an innocent woman, my client, Barbara Ryan.
Order! Order!
This is a disaster.
Order.
Miss Griffin, you may call your next witness.
The state calls Miss Carly Tenney.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Miss Tenney, we've heard Detective Hughes testify earlier that you were lured out of the country and abducted in Paris. Is that correct?
Yes. I thought that I was going to Paris to work for a designer, Jean-Claude Rimbaud, but instead a limo met me at the airport and brought me to a spa in Switzerland.
And what happened after you reached this so-called spa?
Your Honor, the defense is willing to stipulate as to the horrendous treatment Miss Tenney and her friends received, but what's yet to be determined is whether or not my client had any part in their suffering. Can the state prove that my client is directly responsible for the harm suffered by Carly Tenney, Emily Stewart, and Rose D'Angelo?
He's right, Miss Griffin. Please cut to the chase.
Certainly, Your Honor. Miss Tenney, had Barbara Ryan ever threatened you prior to your abduction?
Yes. In New York. I was having a showing of some clothes that I designed, and Barbara went backstage and slashed several of my dresses with a pair of scissors. She would have used the scissors on me.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Miss Tenney, had Miss Ryan ever admitted to you that she ordered your abduction?
Yes, she did. When I finally got back to Oakdale, after she'd been arrested, she asked to see me. And she told me that she was very sorry for all the suffering she'd caused, and those were her exact words. suffering she caused. And then she tried to buy me off with a job at her company.
Thank you, Miss Tenney. Your witness, counselor.
Miss Tenney, this apology of Barbara's, you mentioned she'd torn some clothes of yours.
She slashed them with a pair of scissors.
Then I can understand why she felt the need to apologize.
But she wasn't apologizing for that.
And you know this because she told you so. She said, "Carly, I'm sorry I had you kidnapped."
No, she didn't say that, but I knew.
Did she drive the limo that took you to this spot?
No, sir, of course she didn't.
Was she present when you were treated? Was she there when you were taken from the spa and brought back to the United States?
No, that was James Stenbeck. But
James Stenbeck, who left you in a coffin at a carnival funhouse?
yes, he did.
That must have been awful. Are you aware that on the same day that James left you in that coffin, he abducted Barbara on April 22nd?
She offered to go with him.
Knowing what you suffered, knowing that she could possibly suffer the same fate.
Knowing that she had to
Objection,
cover
Your
her
Honor.
tracks.
Counsel is speculating.
Sustained.
Miss Tenney, why do you think Ms. Ryan wants to hurt you?
Because her son hired me to be the chief designer for her company, BRO. She's jealous.
So jealous that she asked you to be chief designer at BRO.
That was just because.
Yes or no, Miss Tenney? Did she ask you to join BRO?
Yes.
Well, it seems to me that the only thing you can prove is that Barbara Ryan wanted to make you rich and famous.
Objection.
Withdrawn. I have no further questions.
You may step down, Miss Tenney. Call your next witness, Miss Griffin.
Hey. Did good.
He crucified me.
The state calls Emily Stewart.